Hey guys, it's me Mel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. So today I'm just gonna jump right into the topic. Today's gonna be about breastfeeding. So this is a very debatable topic, and the reason why is because everyone has their own opinion. I had to say my opinion only because I have personally breastfed my child, and I've been there where even if I've covered up, someone has looked at me the wrong way. Everyone's mind is different. Everyone thinks very different. I'm sorry, I have so much to say, but this topic is like, it just makes no sense to me because I don't see why we have a problem with a woman breastfeeding her child in public. I understand some women should cover up. I understand some women don't want to cover their children. At the end of the day, it's how you parent, how you choose to raise your children, and that's okay. But I saw the article on People magazine that said we were only waiting for 2 more states in order for us to legalize breastfeeding in public, which is fine. You know, I get it. Not everyone is for it, but why should I have to go into a disgusting bathroom to breastfeed my child where you can't even sit on the toilet because it's disgusting, but you're gonna make me feed my child in that bathroom because you can't understand that I have to breastfeed my child? Like, I'm just trying to make sense of it. Your child's hungry. Your child needs to eat. You want to be a runway model and you still want to be a celebrity, you still want to do those things, that's fine. I don't see anything sexually about it. Again, this is my opinion on it. I feel like breastfeeding is a beautiful thing. It's a bond between a mother and her child that no one excuse me, that no one can break, no one could come between. And it's just sad that it took so long for us to legalize this. Like years ago, I'm talking about hundreds of years ago, no one worried about that. No one worried about a woman whipping out her boob and you know, feeding her child. We shouldn't think like that because it's not a woman flashing you her boobs. It's not her showing her goods. It's her feeding her child. So the same way you feed your child with a bottle when your baby is screaming at the top of his lungs or her lungs is the same way as I'm just feeding my child. The baby is hungry. The baby needs milk, and that's what we're there for as mothers. That's that's how what we were created for, to breastfeed our child. And I get it. A lot of moms can't do it. I couldn't do it. I have 4 children. I couldn't do it with 3 out of 4 of them. And it was hard for me because I wanted to breastfeed my kids because I feel like breast milk is the most natural thing for them. We know what's going into their body. You know, again, hundreds of years ago when that's all you had, because Infamil and Similac and all those other, you know, formula, we didn't know about them. So breastfeeding was your only option. Feeding your child from your boob was your only option. Me and my husband were even talking about it, and he agreed that it's okay for a woman to breastfeed her child, but of course cover up. Fine, that's how he feels about it. If your baby is screaming at the top of his or her lungs and you can't grab a blanket fast enough to feed your child, that's just what's gonna happen. It happens. It happened to me. I breastfed my son till my son was about 8 months. And the bond that you have with your child when you breastfeed is an amazing bond. Not saying that you have to breastfeed in order to have a bond with your child. Nowadays, especially now, with the technology that we have, there's clothes made just for you to still feel comfortable and none of your goods is showing. There's cover-ups now. There's certain bras that they make. Like, there's so much items out there that will basically help you feel more comfortable, so that way no one's staring at you. But then again, in the world we live in, and I've dealt with it, people still stare at you when you breastfeed. I didn't care where I was. I'm the type of person, I don't care where I am. My child's hungry, I'm gonna feed my child. If I don't have a bottle with me and I just made a quick run to the doctor's appointment or something like that, I'm gonna throw my son on my boob. That's just how I am. And again, it comes down to how you parent. It comes down to who you are as a person. Some women feel very not shy, but they're very closed off on what they want to do. So they will cover up, or they will put a blanket or whatever. And some women just don't care. They'll just whip it out and just put their kid on it. It's That's how they feed their kid. That's how their kid gets fed. I support all mothers, whether you breastfeed or not, but I don't feel like we should have a closed mind on breastfeeding. I don't feel like it's a bad thing that they legalize it. It's about time they legalized it. It should have been legalized a long time ago. The society that we live in today sexualizes everything. Like everything. A girl could wear God knows what and it will be sexualized. So I understand why a lot of people think it's a sexual thing. A lot of people think, oh, I shouldn't have to see your boobs. And I get that. You don't want to see some, woman while you're at a restaurant breastfeeding her child. I get that. That's your opinion. That's how you feel. To me, I don't care. I'm a mom. But I was there once where people were staring at me. People were giving me bad looks or, whatever. And I didn't care. That's just how I am. I just didn't care. But I get where we are in society. I get where everybody's mentality is. It's just sad because you cannot see a woman breastfeed her child at a restaurant, but she could wear panty-sized shorts and a bikini top, and it's okay. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. What I do hope is that a lot of people learn to be open-minded about the whole situation. I do hope that we bring more awareness and support in women who do breastfeed, because it's not easy. It's not easy to breastfeed. It's not easy to want to even breastfeed. Some women don't want to do it, and that's fine. Again, just because you don't breastfeed doesn't make you a bad mother. But don't bash other mothers who do breastfeed. Don't bash another mother because she forgot to bring her cover up and her boob is out. You're not seeing her nipple. You know what I'm saying? She's not flashing you. She's trying to feed her child. This topic I know it's going to bring a lot of debate from a lot of people. I know it may bring a lot of good things. It may bring a lot of bad things. And again, that's fine. I want to accept everybody's opinion. When I breastfed my son, I know what it was like for having to have people stare at me. I knew what it was like to feel uncomfortable. As a mom, especially as a first-time mom, for the ones who do breastfeed, I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them because this is something that they're giving to their child. This is something that they chose to do, that they felt was best for their child. And they're getting bashed for it. They're getting shamed for it. They're getting, oh, don't whip out your boob in front of me, or I don't want to see that, or my children shouldn't see that. Like, then your children don't have to see it. Tell your kids to either look the other way, or if it's that much of a problem, then address me about it as a woman. Don't sit there and not get your kids to understand what I'm doing. Like, for me, with my son, when I breastfed, my daughters were like, what is this lady doing? And I explained it to them. Not every mom is going to do it, and that's fine, but I explained why I chose to do it. A lot of women they already feel a way about covering it up. I used to cover up and still get stared at. I used to cover up and still get looks like, what the hell is this girl doing? So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. The reason why I wanted to bring more awareness to this whole topic was because this is my whole point, to bring women together, like to bring them together to understand why we do the things we do. So at least now, me saying, I respect women. I want women, to feel confident, be able to love themselves, and now be able to just breastfeed your child without a problem, without having to worry about anyone judging you or anything like that. And if we're gonna have women who are just gonna basically degrade you for wanting to breastfeed your child, like, we're never gonna get anywhere in life. Like, if you could degrade a woman for breastfeeding her child, where does that leave you? Like, what did that do for you? Like, how do you feel after bashing that woman who's just trying to feed her child? And especially if she covered up, like, just let her be. Just let her feed her child. Just to get my opinion out there. I still will never wrap my head around it. I spoke about this with my best friends, and again, we all have our own opinions. They agree that it took too damn long for them to legalize breastfeeding, but they also didn't agree with the fact that I said cover up or don't cover up, you need to feed your child. That's just how I see it. My husband feels like women should cover up, but then I told him, like, you know, that's because you're a man and men sexualize everything. So I get it though, because a lot of men are disgusting. Like, a lot of men are disgusting out there. A lot of men would see a woman breastfeed and think the worst or say something slick out their mouth, and it's just the society that we live in today. And that's why I'm trying to really get us women together to build each other and to come together and to understand, whether it be you're a mother or you're not a mother, whatever your category is, we need to come together more and we need to respect each other more. Look at you the wrong way whether you breastfeed or not. Like, let's say you don't breastfeed and you give your child Infamil. Oh my God, look at her giving that kid that disgusting formula, or that formula that you don't know what's in it. At the end of the day, when you are a mom, your child's best interest comes first. And that's where I lie with this whole opinion. We have to have our mind of our own, because none of those people are supporting your child. Are they gonna buy you cover-ups? Are they gonna buy you formula? I don't think so. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really want some comments, whether they be negative or positive. I want to know how everyone feels about breastfeeding being legalized. I just want to know how everyone feels about the situation, just so I can better understand, why is it such a problem for a mother to breastfeed her child in public? That's what I want to know. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my opinion on it. And if you didn't, that's fine. You can give it thumbs down. That's what it's there for. If you did enjoy it, that's what the thumbs up is for. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.